3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
The Puff and Steph Podcast, hanging out on your listening device. Thank you for being with us, no matter how you're listening or watching, whether it's on YouTube, on Facebook, on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, whatever. We appreciate you being here. Puff and Steph hanging. What's up, Steph?
Hey, happy belated 4th of July weekend.
Yeah,
Yay.
I'm a little curious, like, why you're wearing that now, as opposed to why didn't you wear it last week when you were in studio? Did you just not have the stuff out yet?
No, that's honestly what it is. I kind of dropped the ball. I didn't have it out yet. But now that we had 4th of July weekend, I'm kind of like in the festive mode. Plus, red, white, and blue stuff is kind of summery. Like, I think you can do that all through July and August. So,
before we get really deep into the show, I have to ask you a question. When you were here last week, did I smell bad or something?
I don't think so.
Well, then why aren't you here now? Why are we back to this?
Because Zoe didn't want me to leave.
All right, well, did the studio smell? Were you uncomfortable here?
No, it was just pretty normal, like it always was.
Was it the part of the podcast where I took my pants off halfway through? Did that make you feel uncomfortable?
A little, yeah,
Okay.
if we're being honest.
All right, no, I understand. I should have been wearing underwear. I get it.
Next time.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Okay. How was your 4th of July?
It was great. I did a long float trip with a big group of friends. It was probably 4 or 5 hours, and I got super burnt, even though I did put sunscreen on. So that was awesome. We had like 30 people, and like probably 20 of us were connected. Like your tubes connect. There's like these little connector things. We were just like in this big circle, just floating down the river. So it was good. You
couldn't pay me enough to do one of those. A bunch of friends of mine do them about every week, sometimes every other week. There's a huge one today, actually, as we're recording this. And nope, not interested one bit. Never going to happen, and I'll tell you why. You're stuck. You just can't be like, I'm bored, or I'm burnt, or I don't feel good, or whatever. I'm out. I'll see. You just can't.
Right.
You can't quit. It's the same reason why I don't run outside. It's the same reason why.
Is that why?
Okay. If I go to the gym, I hit the treadmill, right? I don't go running outside, because if you run a mile away from your house, now you're stuck a mile away from your house. And
but that's kind of the beauty of it. Like,
No.
you can like challenge yourself, because you're like, well, now I have to run home, and it makes you run more.
No, I take an Uber home. And the same thing with the tubing. You can't just quit halfway through.
Right.
You
are stuck
for hours on a river that's got snakes and bugs and potentially sharks and alligators. You don't know. You don't know.
We didn't see any gators or sharks. You would have been safe.
Did you see a snake?
Didn't see any snakes. There were so many of us.
They were
that
there.
I think anything like that would have probably been scared away.
They were there watching you with their beady snake eyes in the water.
Ew. Okay, you know what? I didn't even think about that. So thank you for putting that image in my mind.
Ooh, look at that blonde one. Look at that blonde one.
Ew. That's so creepy.
They were there.
No, we didn't. We had very good luck. Everything was good. Honestly, there's no reason that you need to leave. Like, we brought drinks, we brought snacks.
Yeah,
you can just pee in the river. You didn't need to leave for any reason.
Yeah, there is to go home. To go home and be in the air conditioning. It was hot. Before we get into the bulk of the show, though, gotta let you know that today's show is brought to you by H&R Block. H&R Block reminds you that you have only 10 days left to file your taxes. They're due July 15th. So, by the end of the day, July 15th, by like midnight. So make sure you file your taxes. You can do it with H&R Block. 10 days to file your taxes. So much to talk about. Like, wow. I was hanging out and my phone kept hitting me with notifications yesterday. And I'm like, the podcast is going to be easy to plan on Monday. How about we start with this one? Kanye West is running for president.
I could not believe this. I was with a bunch of friends and someone said that, and I was like, oh, that's funny. And they're like, no, he seriously is. And I was like, no, he's probably kidding. But it's legit, right?
He tweeted this out. We must now realize the promise of America by trusting God, unifying our vision, and building our future. He said, I am running for president of the United States. He ended his tweet with hashtag 2020 vision.
Is it too late for him to jump in?
I mean, I don't think so. The problem is that there's certain things you have to go through to get on any ballots. And I don't know if he's going to, I mean, is this going to be a write-in campaign? Does he want people to write his name in? And if you write,
Right.
do you have to write Kanye West or can you write Yeezy? I mean, I don't know.
Right. We got to make it clear. And I don't, because November's not that far away. So I don't know how we can jump in at this point.
He does have backers. CEO Elon Musk tweeted, you have my full support. That's a big endorsement. Elon Musk is a massive endorsement and Kanye got it.
Right. Well, and I think he's probably jumping into a good race because there's a lot of people who can't stand either of the candidates.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. Last November, he talked about moving manufacturing jobs for his company Yeezy to the United States to create new jobs. And he said, this was last November, when I run for president in 2024, we would have created so many jobs that I'm not going to run. I'm going to walk into the presidency. That's what he said.
Wow. But he thought that was going to be 4 years from now.
Yeah, he's jumping the gun. He's like, 2020, I'm ready to go. So.
Did he just wake up and decide this?
I think he's been thinking about it. Obviously, November, he thought about 2024. So, Steph, ask you the question. Kanye West for president. Yes or no?
I don't know. I can't take it seriously. Like, I can't actually consider it, But a lot of people say, well, Trump was like, on TV and a celebrity too. And he actually got into the White House.
But the difference between Kanye and Trump is he had a major political party backing. I don't know what major political party is going to back Kanye West. That's
what I was wondering.
That's the question. Democrats have their candidate. Republicans have their candidate. Independent has their candidate. I mean, I don't know. Like, does he make up his own party? Is it like a Yeezy party? And
probably.
And instead of red or blue, they have like zebra print or something. Who knows?
That sounds about right. That sounds right.
So that's one thing. And obviously we'll stay on top of the Kanye for president story. But on 4th of July, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest went down. Joey Chestnut in basically an empty room, no spectators, just the competitors, some press, and that crazy guy on the microphone. I don't know if you saw any of it, but they had giant plexiglass dividers like between all the eaters.
I didn't see it.
He ate 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes, breaking his own record.
Oh my God. How does this guy keep breaking new records every single year?
This is interesting. Second place in the men's competition was 42. He beat him by 33 hot dogs?
He could have taken it easy, but he just went so hard.
The woman who won the female division, Mickey Sudo, had 48 and a half hot dogs. So the woman beat the second place male competitor.
Ow, that's pretty good.
Okay, like I said, it was awkward, and it was the one dude on the microphone who was like, he is the ruler of the world! He is the greatest champion in the history of champions! And he's wearing this hat. But like, when he's normally doing it, there's tons of people cheering, and they're all in Coney Island and everything. This guy was like, he is the greatest human being in the history of human beings! Mother Teresa has nothing on him! Gandhi? Who's that? No, it's Joey Chestnut! Right? So he's screaming into this microphone, and then at the end, he's counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, put down your hot dogs! Put them down!
And there's no audience cheering.
It's so weird. But the announcer, not this guy, like the play-by-play guy on ESPN, called him the greatest athlete in the world.
Nuh-uh.
Is competitive eating a sport?
I mean, I want to say yes, which would make him an athlete, but I don't feel like he's an athlete.
I mean, what is an athlete? I don't know. Is he a better athlete than LeBron James? Is he a better athlete than Mike Trout or Saquon Barkley or Patrick Mahomes or Cristiano Ronaldo or whatever the dude's name is, the soccer player?
Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah. I mean, it's hard to compare across different sports, you know?
Well, I mean, yes and no.
Kind of
like LeBron James is an athlete. If LeBron James wanted to play in the NFL, he probably could. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's agile, he's smart, right? Could Joey Chestnut play in the NFL? Could Joey Chestnut play basketball? Like, could Joey Chestnut run a 100-meter dash and do well? Like, I don't know. Is he an athlete? I don't know. We'll put that up.
He has different skills than most, like, known athletes.
We'll put that up for a debate on the Facebook page. Coming up next, we got Misconnection Monday.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Hey honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
We do it every single Monday. We scour the pages of Craigslist to help Central Pennsylvania find that special someone. It's tough right now. Corona is really putting a damper on the dating life. It really is.
Shame.
Like, people, you need to start putting masks in your dating profile, I think. I do. Like,
That'll
this,
do it.
Like, this is how I look right now. Right?
Right.
And the mask
Put
goes
all the
over your
cards on the
face.
table.
Yeah, I mean, and you're going to start judging people by how pretty their eyeballs are. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. Anyway, Misconnection Monday begins right now. What you got, Steph?
This one is called Kate at Chick-fil-A. I just wanted to say that you are gorgeous and personable. Every time I go to the drive-thru and talk to you, you make my whole day. It may be just quality customer service, but either way, you're amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, it's quality customer service.
That's exactly what it is. It's Chick-fil-A.
Every time I go there, I feel like I'm part of their family.
I know.
They're
it's
like,
so great.
how are you? That's great. It's so good to see you again. One day I was at Chick-fil-A, and I pulled up, I paid, and I pulled up to the window, and then they go, hey, would you like a free milkshake? And I went, duh. Of course I'd like a free milkshake. And they're like, we made this one by accident. We were just going to give it to the next person, and you're the lucky person. I'm like,
Nuh-uh.
you've won my heart, Chick-fil-A.
I love you.
I do.
Right, this guy shouldn't be too flattered because I don't think that Kate is flirting with him. She's just being an amazing employee.
It's like,
'cause that's what they do.
oh man, that stripper really likes me. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Girl I met at bar. We met at a corner bar. We had a great talk, grabbed some drinks to go, and went back to your place. We talked more, had some drinks, got along great, and stuff in common. We walked your dog, had some fun. I couldn't sleep over then, but I do miss your openness. Hope you find this message and get back to me. I do remember where you live, but I'd like to talk to you just before stopping over. Bob.
He signed it, Bob.
Yeah, I have questions. You met a girl at a bar, went to her house, walked her dog, probably could have slept over if you wanted to. I'm guessing had some fun, means hooked up. I'm guessing. Maybe I shouldn't guess. Maybe they played board games. But you did all of this, and you didn't get her number?
Right.
You don't know who she is, her last name for Facebook to hit her up, or Instagram or Snapchat. I mean, I don't know how old Bob is. I mean, maybe he doesn't do any of that stuff, but at least get her number. You're at her house. She wants you there.
Right.
But you're making the right decision on not just stopping over.
Yeah, he acts like that's something that would make sense anyway. I was just going to show up, but I guess I won't.
Hello, it's me, Bob. Remember from the other night? Just thought I'd stop over. Oh, you're married. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's such a good point. Like, this is not something that should be on Misconnections.
No.
Because they, they hung out at her house.
Well, I didn't want to ask just in case she said no or something.
Right.
Like, that's how a guy would
Right.
justify it. Like, dude, she obviously likes you enough to show you where she lives. And
Right, that's a big deal.
And trust you with going on a dog walk with her.
That's a big deal. She introduced you to her dog.
Yeah.
That's big stuff. Right, Zoe? This one happened at Starbucks, and it's written in, like, poetic form.
Oh.
It looks kind of like a haiku. Fancy. We used to chat during your smoke breaks. You are a beautiful woman with curly hair. Your store has been closed for a while. I'd love to hang out.
Do we know what store it is?
Doesn't say. It just says Starbucks barista.
Oh, the Starbucks store has been closed. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's very vague, though. But he wrote it in, like, a nice, like, poetic form. The grammar's good. The spelling's good. I think this guy might be one of the more decent misconnections we've seen.
Because he can write a haiku?
Well, I just have respect for good grammar and spelling, which most people writing misconnections don't have.
At the end of the day, he's still writing a misconnection, Steph. Just know that.
No, you're right. It's kind of cute, though.
I mean, he wrote a haiku for me. Who would have thought I'd end up getting stabbed? Oh my God.
Who could have predicted that?
Serial killers can have good grammar. Steph.
No, that's a good point. I never thought of it like that.
Last one here. This is odd. What is this? Is this a romantic misconnection or something else? Listen and let me know. Landscaping truck, 4th of July. You looked like a landscaper. White truck turning into my Brownstown neighborhood on Saturday around 1:30. You definitely caught my attention. I should have turned around, but I didn't. I could use some help around the yard majorly. I didn't catch the name or if there was one, but if you were hauling a trailer with equipment on it, help me. I don't know if this woman is looking for a romantic hookup. I don't know if I could use some help around the yard majorly is, trying to be cute way of saying I want to hook up, or if she actually is on Misconnection looking for a landscaper.
Right, I actually don't understand what's happening here. I really can't tell.
This is weird. It's an enigma. I'm a little confused.
I need answers.
I do too.
Yeah.
All right, that was your misconnection. This story I saw, and I was like, yup, going in the show. Last Thursday, we did an advice column, and you made fun of the guy. Do you remember why you made fun of the guy in the advice column? What he wanted to do specifically that made you laugh?
It was he wanted to have honeybee, like
right,
honey, make
right.
honey.
So for those of you who missed it, there was a guy who His wife was hitting us up because he has way too many hobbies. He was starting something, not finishing it, everything from building a computer up until he was clearing an area in their backyard for beekeeping. And Steph's like, beekeeping? Who does that? That's so weird and random. Now, you didn't call it stupid, but you did call it weird and random and odd and...
Yeah.
Right. Guess who does beekeeping, Steph? Who is your favorite female celebrity?
Carrie Underwood.
Yup.
Nuh-uh.
Carrie Underwood and her husband, Mike, have found a new hobby during quarantine. The couple posted a short clip on TikTok dressed head to toe in beekeeping protective gear. They were assisted by a professional beekeeping instructor named Joel. In the clip, Fisher, that's Carrie Underwood's husband, Mike Fisher, a former professional hockey player, says, "You don't realize how many bees are in here. They are now amateur beekeepers."
You don't realize how many bees are in here.
You have a giant hive. Of course, there's a lot of bees. Who would have thought beekeeping would involve so many bees? Huh. Got hit in the head a little too much when you were playing hockey there, Mike.
I was going to say, he is a hockey player, so who knows? That's so funny. They must have been really bored during quarantine.
So, don't knock it until you try it. Carrie Underwood's
Until
doing
Carrie
it.
Underwood tries it.
Yep. So, bet you feel dumb now, picking on beekeeping.
Well, you know what? I'm glad because I know they've been struggling financially, so it's good that they'll be able to sell their honey now and make money.
Are you talking about Carrie Underwood struggling financially?
Yeah.
That's funny. Steph, coming up in a couple of minutes, we missed out on so much free money. Why did we not know about this?
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Hey, honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Have you ever heard of Mr. Beast?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so Mr. Beast is a YouTuber. Basically, he's a dude with a lot of money who he's got like 38 million subscribers. He gets about 300 million views per month. Dude is loaded, and he does a lot of stuff involving money. He does a lot of giveaway stuff. He does a lot of funny things with his friends. It's a good, fun YouTube channel to follow, but it makes you feel terrible about your own life. That's the only problem. Anyway, he started a challenge called Finger on the App Challenge. 1 million people downloaded this app, and they had to keep their finger on their phone for as long as possible. And the last person to to have their finger on their phone would win $25,000.
Wow, that's a really cool giveaway idea.
70 hours it went down. 70.
Okay, how is that even possible? How this person didn't sleep?
Like 1 million people were doing this. And they...
See,
Good, what?
I was going to say, like, I feel like I could do it for a couple hours, but I would lose interest. And you have to sleep at some point.
Apparently, at one point, Siri knocked a bunch of people off by accident, too.
No.
I mean, it's in the rules that, like, phone... What is it? Something probably along the lines of, like, phone issues. However you get knocked off, you get knocked off. So Siri knocked a bunch of people off at one point.
Oh, Siri's the worst.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Beast officially called it quits. It's 70 hours. Writing, dear, because it ended up being 4 people left with their finger. And here's the thing, like, they were worried that some people might tape their finger to their phone. Every once in a while, like, you had to pay attention because every once in a while, you had to move your finger to another spot on your phone.
Wow. So you had to really be paying attention the entire time.
Right. So, yeah. So he said, dear 4 remaining contestants with your finger still on the app, I'm ending it here. 3 days is insane. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So instead of giving one person $25,000, Mr. Beast awarded 4 people, the 4 remaining people on Finger on the App game, they each got $20,000.
So he's like, oh yeah, that's fine. I have a few extra thousand to give away. Why not?
Right. So realistically, if this guy is notorious for giving away money, he gives away millions of dollars a year. Okay. Notorious philanthropist, just nice guy. So this is a real legitimate contest. How long do you really think you only said 3 hours, but in reality, you're fighting for 25 G's. Do you think you could go a day?
Maybe a day, but I definitely couldn't do 3 days. I mean, at some point, you lose interest or you need both your hands to do something else, and I would definitely need to sleep, for sure.
I don't know how I would do it. Like, and another thing, like, can you hold it with your thumb and then, like, can you... Like, I'd have to do more research. Can you put your pointer finger down and then move your thumb out of the way and you're still touching it? You know what I mean? Or does it
like
have to be
switch fingers
the same
or
finger?
hands? Yeah.
Like, because if it has to be the same finger, you really have to think about it. Like, how do you go to the bathroom? How do you eat? You know, are you just going to put your phone in airplane mode and just use Wi-Fi because if someone calls you, it could screw everything up? Like,
oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Like, I think the best way to go about doing it is maybe on an iPad, but then you have to keep it plugged in because you can't let it go dead. I mean, there's so many things you have to think about in order to win this contest. And I'm sure in the next couple of days, we're going to have people who won the 20 grand coming out and giving you their strategy, because who knows if they'll ever do this again. They probably won't. But it's an interesting concept. There actually was radio stations back in the day who used to give away cars, and the last person to touch the car would win. So like 15 people would qualify to win this car, and then they would sit in like the car dealership or a mall or someplace, and they would just be in the car, touching the car, whatever. But if you ever don't touch the car, then you have to, you're out. They would let you take bathroom breaks, but that's about it.
Yes, I think I've seen that on like movies, and I've heard that people really do that. I think that is such a fun idea.
Yeah. Radio stations, when they were fun, used to do stuff like that. It is time to stump Steph. By the way, I think I could go a day and a half. I'd have to figure out the bathroom. I'd have to figure out the bathroom situation, though. All right, time to stump Steph. The average person will purchase 15 of these in their lifetime. What is it?
Is it expensive?
It can be. It's varying levels of cost.
Do you use this item?
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
Phone chargers.
Nope. More expensive.
More expensive. Does it have to do with like phones or TVs or any kind of technology?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, phones?
Nope.
TV?
Nope.
Computer or laptop? Woohoo!
Computers. 15 computers in a lifetime. I'm trying to
That's
think.
a lot.
You'd think that, but I've had 1, 2, not counting the one I went to college with because my parents bought that one. So I've had 1, 2, 3. I've already had 5 in my lifetime. I'm on 2 right now. I'm on this one. And then there's one right down here that I'm like looking at all the information for the show. I'm actually on 2 right now. So, yeah.
Well, the problem is that it's constantly getting updated, and so you need to get like a newer one because yours becomes outdated.
Yeah, in like 6 months. It's
Right.
crazy. The average woman will receive about 100 of these in her lifetime. What is it?
Flowers.
Yeah, that one was easy.
Wow, 100?
100 bouquets of flowers.
Wow.
Do you think you've
Somebody
received?
really loved.
Do you think you've received 100 bouquets, or you're close? How many bouquets of flowers do you think? Ballpark it.
Probably like 30 or 40.
It's not bad.
So I'm on track.
I think
yeah,
you are.
I think I'm on track.
I think you are.
Great.
Does edible arrangements count, or no?
You know what? I was just gonna ask about that because that was the other guess I had was like some kind of like delivery like that. I think edible arrangements counts because you can eat it, so it's like awesome.
So it counts as flowers because you can eat it.
Well, because it's another like sign of like love or admiration or whatever.
All right, I'll take it. All right, guys, have a fantastic Monday. We will see you tomorrow. Later.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.